Counting blessings, learning lesson got me feeling special. Spending money, mama said, hope the Lord bless you. Everything I ever wanted, had to pray for. Anything I did wrong, had to pay for. I'll do it all again just to make you smile. What's going on, chosen ones? Well, this one is a little bit different because I'm talking to my chosen ones. Now, chosen ones, we got visions. We got dreams. And no matter what people do or say to get in your way, they secretly waiting on you to break the curse of the neighborhood, of the family. Now, people do. Yes, they do. They get jealous. They get jealous, chosen ones. Now, they doubted Jesus, you know? And he said, I'm the Son of God. Nobody wasn't trying to hear. Nobody wasn't trying to hear. And it made them so mad that they was fueled with hate, you know? Then he started performing miracles. They didn't understand it. So they started getting jealous. And y'all know the story. So, chosen ones, you were born to lead. So that's why you're not fitting in with the rest of the flock, you know? The rest of your family. Because secretly, they waiting on you. But for some of us chosen ones, some of us, we gotta leave, you know? Some people not supported in their hometown. Even Yeshua had to leave, you know? So you keep doing what you're doing, and you're going to go through the struggles. It might not work the first 100 times, but if you gave up on 100, who says it wasn't going to work 101? 105 or 110. Let's go all the way to 200. But if you gave up at 100, you would never know. Now, it's going to be some obstacles in your journey, of course. Sometimes you might not have everything you need to finish, but you got enough to start. So it's time to produce. It's time to stop watching everybody else do it and get in there. So people be like, oh, I don't like the way I look. Or my camera not good enough. My phone not good enough. Says who? That's just the enemy getting in your head the way he supposed to. Now, that doubt you have comes from the devil. He wants you to feel like you ain't enough, you don't have enough, and it's not happening in time, which doesn't even matter because you don't know at what age that you're going to perform your destiny. You don't know if you're going to do it at 20, the age of 30, 40, 50, maybe even 60. God don't see time the way we see time. And let's say you do it at 60. That's 60 years of people getting in your way. 60 years of people getting jealous. But like I say, they doubted Jesus. And they hated on Jesus. But really, they needed Jesus. You know? They needed that healer. But people fear what they don't understand. And that's you, chosen one. You got ideas and dreams that people don't understand. Only you understand, because that's your dream. So stop consuming, for people who gaming. You know how I play the game. So why are you watching somebody else play the game? People who want to play sports. You play sports outside with your friends. Why not join a team? Your dream is your dream, so you can't wait for the perfect opportunity. Like they say, practice make perfect. So maybe you play sports, you're not good as Steph Curry. You're not good as LeBron. You play soccer. You're not good as your favorite player. Baseball, football, But they had to go through the struggle the same way you go through it. They had to go to practice, Let's say you want to make content. You can sermon on Instagram, YouTube, and now TikTok. Now, we don't know what's going on with TikTok, but a lot of people had their start. A lot of y'all know me from TikTok. And I was on TikTok when it first started, right when it turned from Musical.ly to TikTok. I was even on Musical.ly, But when I first started, I had a lot of people doubting me, family members, friends. Oh, what you doing on there? That's a kid's app, man. You're not going to blow up, and this and that. And I reached 1 million followers. Then 2 million followers. Got a lot of support at first, and then comments turned to hate. But like I say, they hated on Jesus. Didn't let it stop me. Kept grinding. And it all started from me turning people out, not knowing what it was going to be, but I know it was something that I like to do. And one thing about me, I see other people do it, and I'm like, there's no difference between them and me, So I kept making videos, different accounts. And I'm like, if I make 5 accounts, one got to pop. Now, I had multiple accounts go viral, but my main account was the one I kept getting in trouble. Strike after strike. But when I had a strike on that channel, I go play with my other channels. But I said, I'm going to keep going. So I started doing the lip syncing, lip syncing other people's words and their little trend that was going on. And I started to get more volume. I started to get the views I wanted. But then I said to myself, why am I using other people's voice when I had my own voice? So then I started making my own voice relevant after I got the momentum from the lip syncing. So kept going. And then one night I told myself, I said, I'm gonna do 5 ideas and one of them gonna have to pop. So I made a video. The one y'all know. Tell me in the comments if y'all know, this video, the first one that went viral for me. It was a lady, she was making macaroni and cheese, and she put the spoon in and said, your macaroni supposed to sound like this and look like this. So I did a reaction to it, and I said, that looked like it belongs in Fortnite. So didn't think too much of it. Went to sleep, and I was like, this week I'm gonna try all these 5 concepts and see which one pop. So next day I wake up and didn't even open the app. I didn't open the app. I went to go on TTV and stream. I went to stream Fortnite because I was streaming, and I think like a year went by and I was streaming to 1 person, 2 people, 3. Then I might went up to 10. And that was the highest. Some days I might have like 15, 15 people watching, but I kept going. But like I said, I made this video reacting to the macaroni. And when I went to go play TTV, I'm just gaming, and 500 people came in my chat section, and I was like, maybe it's a glitch. But then they started saying that looked like it belongs in Fortnite. And I'm like, what is going on? So I kept playing. Then I opened up the app, and that video was at 1 million views. And I'm like, okay. And throughout that day, this was going up, 50,000, 100,000. And eventually it went up to 2 million within that day or the next day. So start creating. Now, your favorite creators, they all started from different platforms. Your favorite sports players started on a playground, neighborhood basketball courts, the fields around their way, playing baseball, football. So you have to create, but you're not going to get that love until you put in that work, that grind. And let's say you want to be a pilot. You got to start from scratch. Like now, I'm doing more so the biblical preaching But it started from me consuming from other people. And God wants you to start. He wants you to start. It's cool looking at other people's content and watching other people succeed, you know? Or you might want to be an actor. So you like to watch shows and movies. Now, get an acting class, you know? Start going in plays. Start doing, I say, cameos for people. And now is the best time with TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, and all these upcoming apps. It can help you get to places a little bit quicker. Like King Bach he came from Vine. If y'all know Vine, type that in the comments. He came from Vine. And he started getting his traction there. Look at him now, he doing movies, you know? And then you got 50 Cent, you know? Started in the streets, then he started rapping, then started doing movies, and now he's producing Power. You gotta start, you know? Definitely you gotta start. Now, I'm not perfect, but I put the first foot forward and God does the rest. Same thing He's gonna do for you. Like I said, you're gonna get your jealousy. They hated on Jesus, you know? They hated on King David. They hated on Daniel, you know? They hated on Samson. But turn that hate into fuel to keep going. Now, nobody wants to hate. Trust me, we don't. But hate ain't nobody but Satan trying to get in your way. That's all it is. But keep pushing, start creating. Now, you might feel like you're not attractive enough to do what a model doing, ladies, or something like that. But you don't know that. You don't know that. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So any flaws that you have really is all in your mind. You might do a video shoot, ladies, and find out that you're more beautiful than your favorite model, you know? Or my fellas, you think you got flaws, and whole time you put yourself out there and you might get more attention than one of your favorite celebrities. Even if you do music, you thinking, oh, I don't like my voice. You don't know what the people want. Your voice might be the voice that everybody waiting for, you know? Like, any of your favorite rappers or singers, you know? A lot of people doing auto-tune right now because they don't like their original voice. Where back in my day, we had rappers who wasn't doing no auto-tune. They was using their real voice and achieving victory. So love yourself. Take what you got to get what you want. And follow your dreams. God gave you that dream so you can do what he wants you to do, achieve what you want to have. But first you gotta start. Stop doubting yourself, you know? God wants you to have it. God wants you to have it. So that's all I got for y'all today. So make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. And like I say, if y'all remember that first video with the macaroni, type macaroni or wackaroni, because that's what we called it. And you can put a hashtag on that. But till next time, stay blessed, stay safe. Peace.